Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Women's Cave / Writers Class, because I haven't decided which podcast I'm putting it on yet. Yes, I'm way too excited today, and I do not know why. I think it's because I'm absolutely looking adorable. Yeah, that's probably what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and just run through my introduction, because I'm going to talk too much about myself if I don't. I can say I'm already thinking about my cheekbones. I'm like, oh my goodness, just so okay. Never. See, I told you it was gonna get bad.
No.
Anyway,
okay.
I'm Winona, and we wrote books. And when I say we, I do not think I have two people inside of me. No, I do not. I normally have a Jade that sits right there. She's not there today. And we wrote books. And I thought divorce was bad. And I thought being grown up was easy. If only I were me, a memoir in verse for coffee, widow's web, widow's debt. And if you're counting, that is 6 books. And you can get those 6 audio books wherever books are sold. Now, if you want to read all of our books, you'll have to go to our website and read the 11 more, which equals, yes, y'all, a total of, in sign language, 17 books. And that website is www.andithoughladies.com. But you're not here to hear about me. You're here to hear about our wonderful guests. Wonderful guests, would you like to introduce yourself?
Thank you so much for having me on your show. I'm honored. My name is Erin. I'm the creator and founder of My Level 10 Life over on Amazon, where I interview authors as well. And you make it look effortless. I know that it's a hard job. And so I am debuting my first rom-com, romantic comedy, a little bit more contemporary. And it comes out this month on September 29th. And I have 3 other books in the works. And that's it. Yeah.
Did I hear 3 other books in the works?
Yes, I have a traditional book coming, and then I have 2 more in my indie series, the Freedom Valley series. So I actually I've never really showed their covers, so I'll just sneak these out there.
Okay, I'm loving Baked in Love. And I'm not a huge fan of time, so all in time.
It's all gardening.
I'll listen to it. I might not read it, but I'm listening to it.
Enemies to lovers, and the baked is all about baking, baked goods, all the things. So I love food. I'm a total foodie, so food is going to end up in every single book.
Every year we have awards, right? And every time we meet a new author, they're like, I'm a total foodie, and they are. So I don't know what it is about writing, but apparently we are total foodies, and we occasionally drink.
Food, dogs, coffee, books, those are the things.
Apparently.
In no particular order. Yes.
So what made you want to write a rom-com?
So I have written maybe for 15 to 20 years now, and just, random books on my computer that will never and should never see the light of day. And my brother was killed 2 years ago, and I needed an outlet for grief. And the old Erin probably would have ate the grief. And a lot of people know me from YouTube. I have a YouTube channel that I documented for 5 years, my weight loss journey. I lost 150 pounds. And so when my brother was killed, I got so sad that I knew I needed an outlet, and it couldn't be food. So I just wrote about food, and I started writing novels from start to finish. And I was like, these aren't just going to live on my computer anymore. I'm going to make them come to life. And I like to combine some hard stuff with funny and witty banter, because I feel like when we read books that are just all perfect and everybody has a perfect life, it makes those of us that have the sad things happening, it makes it feel lonely. And so writing about the hard stuff, but incorporating it into a compassionate view, I guess, can make it a little more bearable for people that have gone through a terrible loss.
My question to you is about your writing process now. So are you a pantser or are you a plotter?
Oh my gosh, a little bit of both. I find that I like to have a little bit of an outline, but then I just kind of like to go where the book feels like it should go and where the story feels like it should go. And really, I feel like it tells me where to go on the journey.
So, how did you publish? Can you tell us a bit about the publishing journey?
Sure. I'm in no means an expert on anything or even qualified to give advice in this. But one of the things I did was I had no idea how to write books or how to publish books or how to even, find readers. So what I did was I just reverse engineered an entire author platform. I built a massive show on Amazon and I started interviewing authors. One of my favorite quotes, and I think it's, don't quote me on this, by John Maxwell. He says, if you want something, help other people get what they want, and then you'll get what you want. I think that's by John Maxwell. But I love books and I love authors and I love sharing their work, especially indie published authors. And what I noticed when I started working with Amazon, and I hope they're not watching and hearing this because they might get mad, is that there was never any women or romance authors on Amazon being interviewed. So I just took it upon myself to create an entire voice where women could be heard and romance, because there really was a huge gap there where Amazon is indie's playground. And that's where a lot of books are sold because we don't have a lot of other options when we indie publish. And I wanted to make sure that our women stood loud and proud. And we shared all the books, not just some books, not just some of the popular people's books, but I wanted to dig deep and find the books that were hidden gems that no one had ever heard about and they should hear about. And so I thought, if I just share, I will learn along the way. And one of the things I did was I always ask a question on my show. What advice would you have for an aspiring author? And then I took that advice of 52 different authors and compiled it into an anthology that's coming out next month. And I just learned from everybody I interviewed and then shared their books and shared, all new readers with different authors that they never maybe would have ever come across if they hadn't stumbled upon it randomly on Amazon.
First of all, I want to thank the indie community. I want to thank you for doing that for the indie community. And then secondly, I like to be like narcissist moments, because I'm a narcissist. Just in case you didn't notice, with the whole cheekbone thing, I'm a narcissist. So that my narcissist moment is, I write romance, right? Just wondering. I mean, it's a hard find. It's really difficult to find me, but I feel like I would be one of those diamonds in the set in platinum.
Absolutely. We need to get you booked.
No, you don't. I'm a self-doubting narcissist. That's how that works. Self-deprecating narcissist. I don't know how that's supposed to work, but hey.
I don't think that's a thing. I don't think you're a narcissist.
So what 3 pieces of, since you asked on your show, I'm going to ask, because, I just asked on my show, what 3 pieces of advice would you give to aspiring authors?
Oh. Well, first of all, read everything, because that's a huge thing. Anybody who says, I don't really like to read, but I want to write, I'm like, I don't know how that works. But the next thing is imposter syndrome. I remember having a high school English teacher who was a bully. And I was one of those kids that didn't really fit in. I wasn't a popular kid. I was just kind of one of those nerdy, quiet kids. And I remember my high school English teacher telling me, oh, thank God you're never going to be a writer. And, that really stuck with me in my head for over 20 years. And I always just thought I couldn't be a writer because of that. And, we all have people that speak life and death into us. And I carried that for a long time and thought that was impossible for me. And it's not. So whatever, thing that is in front of you telling you can't do something, your 2 superpowers are going to be, number 1, be very tenacious, be very persistent. And the second one is be very consistent. And, doing something repeatedly, it's also the definition of insanity, but it also gets you words on paper. And so showing up, and I will never forget my first manuscript, sending it so proudly off to a developmental editor. And I was just so proud. I was like, this is going to make it. It was not going to make it. And I remember the developmental editor, like, this should absolutely never be published. And I hired another editor to help me. And she said, this absolutely could be published. This just needs a lot of work. Are you willing to do the work? And I was. And 8 revisions later, it is what it is today. So if you have that story in your head, write it and stay persistent and stay consistent. I don't know if that's 3 things, but that was a lot.
Thank you so much for being here with us today. Can you tell people where to buy your book and to read about you?
I'm sorry, what was the question again?
Thank you so much for being here with us today. Can you tell people where to buy your book and to find out more about you?
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I'm most active on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. I have a brand new reader group people can join. Just search Erin Branscom author on anything, or My Level 10 Life. You can find my author show on Amazon at mylevel10life.live, and you can buy my book on Amazon. It's available September 29th.
I'm so excited. You know, you have to be in
Thank
my
you so much.
magazine. So, okay, you guys, thank you so much for being here with us today. That is not how we end our show, and I don't know why I went with that, but hey, I'm rolling with it. It's going. Oh, wait, no, there was more professional stuff I was about to say, so you don't really care. You can find out everything you ladies are up to at www.andithoughtLadies.com. And while you're there, go down to the middle of the page and see the charities that we proudly support. Remember, you guys, in October, we are having the awards, otherwise known as our gala, to support those charities. So please buy some tickets so that we can give them some money so that they can continue doing their good work. Okay, I think that's it for us. Checking.
Thank you so much.
That's it. So remember that wisdom is all around you if you're open to finding it and accepting it. So peace and love, you guys, from Will Nona and the Missing Jade. Oh, yeah. Thanks for listening.